Today, I am going to tell you a story about Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel loved God so much. He worshipped and prayed to God 3 times a day. Can you imagine people like him love God so much until he prayed to God 3 times a day? Daniel served many kings, and one of those kings was King Darius. Daniel did such a good job, and since he did such a good job, King Darius put Daniel in charge of the whole kingdom. But that made the other leaders very jealous. They tried to make Daniel to do things like bad things, but they just couldn't. He told the truth and didn't cheat and good stuff. And then one day, the other leaders had a very tricky idea. Did you guys remember that I said Daniel worshiped to God 3 times a day with his windows open? Well, that was their idea because he did it every day. So they went to King Darius and they said, "You know, Your Highness, you should make a law since you are their leader. You should make a law of for 30 days no one should worship anyone else except you. And the law so it can't be changed. And if they worship someone else, they will be thrown into the den of lions." So the king made the law, and Daniel knew about it. He knew what would happen. So guess what? He did the same. He opened his windows and prayed not to King Darius, but to God. Of course, his enemies was watching him to do this, and when they did, they came to visit King Darius and asked, "Do you still remember about the law?" And the king replied, "Of course. It's a law, it can't be changed." And they said, "Well, Daniel worshipped to God 3 times a day, not to you, Your Highness. So he must be thrown into the lions because it is a law." So King Darius was so sad. He tried all day to help Daniel, but he couldn't, because even himself couldn't change the law. So he called the guards to take Daniel into the So the king gave up and ordered the guards to take Daniel into the lion's den. And the king said to Daniel, "May your God, who you serve faithfully, rescue you." That night, the king couldn't sleep. He couldn't even eat. And that morning, the king ran to the cave, to the lion's den. And asked, "Daniel, was your God able to rescue you from the lions?" "Long live the king! My God was able to rescue me from the lions," said Daniel. The king was so happy. He ordered the guards to take Daniel out from the lion's den and put the other leaders into the lion's den. And when they even hit the ground, the lions crushed their bones and attacked them. Ooh, that must hurt. And the king made a new decree, the law. From now on, the people of Babylon must only worship to Daniel's God because he is the true and only God. So friends, what lesson did we learn today?